सबको नमस्ते. So today, talking about maybe reflecting upon a bit what we call as surrender. We those of us who are on the spiritual path, so-called spiritual path, we often wonder, that I'm surrendered or I'm not surrendered, whether my surrender is complete, and at times, many a times, we even often find ourselves wanting to reap as if benefits of a surrendered state. So I thought maybe we'll take a moment to reflect upon what surrender is. Again, not saying that this is it, just reflecting shortly upon it and kind of throwing it in front for further reflections. So when we say that I want to surrender, how can it be said in one of the ways? One of the ways is that I, a separate individual, I who considers itself as a separate entity than the rest of the presence, than the rest of the manifestation, owing to the fact that I suffer a lot, owing to the fact that I go through so much of pain, owing to the fact that life becomes unbearable at times, I say that the best way is to surrender. Now, what is this thing in this context called surrender? So, one way of talking about is that surrender would be then the falling away of this separate entity. So, as if I am living in a dream that I am this separate entity who has this past, this future, this dream, this plan, these relationships, and that is me. These kind of thoughts, these kind of feelings, and that is me. That is me. And all the time throughout our life, we are wanting to protect that separate entity, which we consider ourselves to be, and that becomes a big load on our chest. That becomes a big burden on the mind to take care of this separate entity called, which I call as myself. So, what is surrender? What is true surrender in one sense? Then, is it not the falling away of this feeling of separateness? Is it not this falling away of this feeling of being a separate entity? Is it not falling away of or waking up from this dream of being myself? Is it not waking up from this dream of there is a separate I who needs to live this life? Would it be not waking up from that state of dream? So then, if we further go ahead on this reflection, we'll see that true surrender would be that this separateness that I have created for myself, that falls away. That I am this individual and I am seeking to surrender. So true surrender would be that there is no one left who is seeking to surrender. True surrender would be that there is no one who wants to be somebody. There is no one who wants to be a surrendered person. There is no one who wants to reap the benefits of surrender. Because if I say that, yes, I have surrendered and the benefits of surrender are not coming, I am still there. This entity called I, this separate entity than the rest of the existence, that is still there. And as long as that separate entity exists, suffering will be there. Because that separate entity would want to protect itself, that separate entity would want to have a plan in future, have a dream in future. And then when the dream will break, the separate entity will suffer. Because that is not enough. What has happened is not enough. So can we go to the root of surrender then? That surrender is uh, falling away of the one who wanted to surrender, falling away, as if of a dream of this separate entity called me. And it's only a dream because it's not the truth, it's not the absolute truth. This, and how do we know that? Because we suffer owing to that dream, we suffer. So that suffering comes as a signal that I'm identifying myself to myself, and maybe that is the catch. Maybe there is nothing to protect. Maybe there is nothing, there is no person I need to protect. There is no person I need to turn into a seeker. Because as long as that person is there, as long as the person is there, he will forever be incomplete, separate from the rest of existence. So true surrender in that sense, if I follow these reflection and the thoughts in this reflection, true surrender would be a dissolution of the dream of a separate me, a dissolution of, or waking up, the dream may still go on, yet there would be a waking up from the dream of the separate individuality that is me. And then there would be no one who wants to seek or reap the benefits of surrender. Because there is no one who wants to be somebody. There is no one who wants to be someone, the one who has surrendered completely and now who's reaping the benefits of surrender. There would be no one in that sense. Yet the life will still go on, maybe in a more alive manner, because I'm not trying to protect anyone. I'm not trying to be someone. I'm just part of life, as a tree is, as an insect is, as rest of the humanity is, as a chair is. I am alive, a part of life. Things are happening, but they're not happening to me. They're just happenings. So just putting it forward for maybe further reflection, or maybe just throw it away if it doesn't feel uh, true to you. Doesn't matter. Thank you.